Hey, where are my introverts at? Yeah, okay. I know a lot of people misunderstand us, so it's hard to get good information about social related activities such as travel and everything that goes with it. But I'm here today to give you a rundown of what I do when traveling and how I have a ton of fun despite being an introvert. So let's talk about it. Hey everyone, it's Troy from Floaterly.com, and today we're talking about traveling as an introvert. As an introvert, I've been called a lot of things. I'm sure you can agree. Boring, antisocial, being a hermit, you know, that sort of stuff. It's a common misconception that introverts are these weird homebodies that hate any kind of social interaction and don't know how to have fun. And that very well may be the case for some, but that isn't a blanket rule. And when it comes to traveling, I do let loose a bit. But there's still some things that make me tired out, and that's really what we're going to be talking about today. So first, let's talk about one of the biggest hurdles I had to face when I first started traveling, and that's dealing with large crowds. Now, I can deal with crowds if I'm somewhere where I'm actually a part of the crowd, such as like a concert or a sporting event, things like that. I'm all good there. But when it's just a random mob of people moving in random directions with no predictability or pattern, that's when my social battery starts depleting pretty quick. Over time, I have become much less affected by large crowds, and here's how I overcame that rapid depletion. All right, so one day, my friend and I were talking about getting into a new hobby. We tried a few things like reading and going to the gym, but we wanted to be more than strong and smart. We wanted to be like badasses. And then we got an email from a local event organization saying that they were having a Krav Maga class going on for a greatly reduced price. We have heard of it before, and we're like, oh yeah, that's exactly what we were looking for. So we went, and since it was a beginner's class, we learned basic blocking and defense fundamentals and all that. One of them was how to navigate a crowd while protecting yourself, and it looked like this. This is how they demonstrated it. They said to move through the crowd like protecting and like slivering like this, and like pushing your way and sliding your way through the crowd and everything while protecting your neck whichever way you want to go. And yeah, I mean, it made sense, you know, protect your throat in your hand to like slice through the crowd like a knife, pushing molecules out of the way. Well, after that one class, I learned everything I wanted to learn and haven't practiced Krav Maga since. But that one technique of crowd navigation changed my view of crowds forever. From there on out, whenever there was a large crowd, I'd employ that technique and pretend I was some hardcore international secret agent moving through crowds with ease. It made crowds kind of fun, honestly, and since I was having fun, I wasn't getting socially tired, at least not as much as I used to. So yeah, just pretend to be a super spy and you'll be all right, guy. That rhymed. All right, next up is the traveling in a group or traveling solo debate. As an introvert, I have absolutely nothing against traveling solo. Actually, 99% of my life I do things solo, whether it's going shopping or going to the movies or really any activity. I don't mind, and I actually enjoy going at it alone. However, if there is a choice between going alone or going with some close friends, I will always choose close friends. That's especially true when it comes to traveling. In my opinion, traveling with a group of close, like-minded individuals is an out-of-this-world experience. It's just honestly a lot of fun. But the key is to have like-minded people as friends. For example, I have a friend that I have a ton of love and admiration for, and they're generally great individuals, but we just don't have the same interests or the same goals or things like that, so we don't ever really hang out, unfortunately. And while I wish that wasn't the case, it's just the way it is, and there's nothing wrong with that. Traveling with people who you could hang out with day in and day out and never get tired of, those are the people I'd recommend traveling with. It'll amplify the whole experience for everyone involved. Now, third is a little something I came up with called the do nothing day. Now, I can almost guarantee that someone else has come up with it before, but I didn't get the idea from anyone. I kind of just started doing it and it became a thing, so I'm taking credit for it, that I created it. It's simply just set a day out from your trip where you quite literally do nothing. That could mean laying in bed all day watching Netflix or YouTube videos, or it could mean having a clear schedule for a day, just sitting at a park and people watching or reading, you know, whatever works best for you. The whole point behind it is to free your mind and just de-stress. I know I get anxious and worked up if I try loading up, you know, my plate too much. I do like structure in my trips, but sometimes I put too much pressure on myself with the thought process being, I'm on vacation. I can't waste a single second. However, that goes against what a vacation is supposed to be. The goal should be to relax. And after a few days of exploring and having fun, I need that day just to, dump my brain and unwind and recharge and have zero obligations. For me, it's different every trip. Sometimes I'll just sit in the Airbnb and watch TV all day. Other times I'll feel more relaxed just being at a nice quiet park, taking in the nice weather and watching people go about their day. And the goal is to not feel guilty for taking a day off to do nothing. It's your vacation. Do what makes you happy, do what makes you relax. And speaking of relax, let me go against the grain for a second. Being an introvert along with a healthy dose of social anxiety meant that coming out of my comfort zone socially was something I avoided at all costs. Like I said, the whole point of a vacation is to relax. Why would I stress myself out by forcing myself to interact with other people? Well, because it helped me grow as a person. I was always afraid to stand up for myself or ask for help, or things like that. But I knew those were skills that could really help me in life. And my thought process was, what better way to practice than on these random people from a country half a world away? But I had to battle the ever dangerous, but what will they think of me? So I countered myself with, dude, these people aren't even going to remember you 5 minutes from now. Just do it, stop being a little, yep. And with my adrenaline pumping so much that I couldn't even hear anything, I would go out and say, oh no, that's not what I wanted. Or, hey, do you mind helping me out with something? And after a while it became more natural. Granted, I still struggle with it to this day, but looking back on where I was to where I am now, I've made so much progress. So while relaxing on vacation is key, it's also a good time to try and come out of your comfort zone every once in a while. Do more and more each trip because the benefits are amazing and there's really no long-lasting repercussions. But yeah, that's all I really got for you. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you went down, subscribed, hit that bell icon for notifications whenever I upload, as well as leaving a like and sharing this video with friends, especially your friends that are introverts. And with that being said, thank you guys for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next one.